Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we've got lots to talk about. I'm going to let you all know some ideas on being tested if you are departing on a cruise out of Quebec or if you're ending a cruise there and need to get your COVID test to return to the United States. I've also got lots of just other really helpful updates. I've also, our medallions just arrived in the mail, so I'm going to open that with you and we'll see if they got the color right together. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. It is really wonderful to have you all here with us, so thank you. Also, welcome to all of you who are new. We're glad that you have found us. If anyone hasn't subscribed yet, will you please subscribe to our channel? I think you're going to love being part of the Let's Go family member, and I know that it's going to help you with all of the information we have here if you've got a cruise booked or if you're just thinking about sailing. So first of all, let's go ahead and open our medallion here really quick. Like I said, it just came in the mail. This is the same kind of pouch it's come in all the other times that we've gotten one. So let's see, and then we open the little thing. Okay, and it comes in a nice little box like this, if you can see it okay. On the back, it says the ocean. Can you see that okay? Sorry about the light there. Anyway, and then you just slide the box open. So let's see what color it is here. Well, they got the color right this time. They are platinum because we are platinum. Last time when we went on the Caribbean Princess, we were platinum then as well, but they sent us blue ones. And so we're really happy that we've got the platinum ones this time. If you're not familiar with it, let me open it here. I'll open mine. So as I open this little box here, you get the little box that has the medallion in it. And on it, they have your name and the name of the ship and the sailing date. So they kind of make really fun little souvenirs. I've had several people say that they are magnetic, so you can use them as magnets if you want to. And then you just open the little box here. Let's see, let me do it this way. I don't need to save the box. And then they have them in these little plastic holders now. Back when we got our first two, when we went to Alaska and when we went to the Mexican Riviera in October, they were in the whole carrier, like the square thing that they were inside. And now they're just in this little plastic thing. And let me tell you what I learned. So when we went on our Caribbean Princess cruise in January, I just really liked the little square holders that the others had been in, and they're openable. You know, you could take your medallion out to do with whatever you want. And so I took it out and put it into that little plastic, the square plastic holder that we'd used before. I did notice when we were on the ship, and Gordon left his in this or else he put it in the thing on his watch. He'll show you that again tonight in our live. But let me tell you though, in case you're not coming, he just bought this little thing on Amazon that's a little circular thing that goes on his Apple Watch band. And then you just put the medallion in it and it stayed there for the whole trip. He even went swimming. It didn't get lost. It holds it really well. So I'll link that below in case you want to see what that is. But anyway, I noticed that when we were on the ship, when I had it inside of that other plastic holder, that my medallion did not work as good as Gordon's did. Like I had to be right up against the door and almost hold it up by the little sensor in order to get it to unlock our stateroom door, and he could be 3 feet behind me and it would open just fine with his name. It like highlights on the little screen there whose medallion it's using. And so I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to keep it like this and hook it on my lanyard. And then what I do is sometimes I wear it around my neck and sometimes I just put it in my pocket or in my little evening bag or whatever. So anyway, I'm really excited that our medallions came and I thought you would enjoy seeing that with us. So what I want to start off here really quick with is, let's see, yesterday we were talking about the updates that Princess had announced that were supposed to come by the end of May for the MedallionClass app. And then lo and behold, they updated it that quick. And so I think that it was maybe like, I don't know if it was in the middle of the night or if it was late yesterday in the evening. Anyway, there is an update out there now to your MedallionClass app. So if you haven't updated, go ahead and update. I've had 2 people already in the comments say, Lorraine said that she was trying to upload photos of her National Health Service, so she's over in the UK, of her proof of vaccination, and she was having a hard time with that. And then we also heard from let me find my other one here, from Mike, and he said that his is not working right now. It could not find his July cruise now, and so he's working on it, but he's just going to also take all of his papers, which I think we all will, like your paper everything with you in case you need it, if the app is still not working for him by then. But I would really like today in the comments if we could all just, if all of you would just put in the comments and say how the update's going for you, if you were able to update okay, and any differences that you've noticed. The really interesting thing for me is Lorraine commented that she was having a hard time uploading the photos of her vaccine information, and on mine there's nowhere to update, and I did do the update. There is nowhere to enter that. It still shows that we are green lane to get on the ship, but when you go into your travel documents, there's nowhere for me to upload a photo of our vaccine card. It still shows our passport, my passport there, and on Gordon's it showed his, but there's nowhere for us to upload any other documents. And then I also noticed that Gordon is no longer in my travel party, and so I had to add him. And then I also noticed that on our dining reservations that I had to add him again there. I added him to my travel party, but then he didn't pop up. And so when I clicked on edit, the only thing it would offer to let me do was to add someone to my travel party. And so I added him, and then he showed up on the dinner reservation. And these were dinner reservations that we made before the update. But it won't let me change the dinner reservation. It won't let me change the time. The dining room won't let me cancel it. Anything. So I'm really hoping that they're going to have another update soon to work out some of those bugs. I noticed I tried to download the port guides. I'm still thinking that maybe that is not available until we're on the ship, because you click download and the word download goes away, but nothing else happens. And then I did notice that the graphics I could see that would be smaller because they used to show the water like moving a lot and the ship moving, and now it more holds still. The water moves just a little bit, but I just thought I would mention that. And so I would like to hear from all of you, like what you are noticing, and maybe some things that you work out or figure out how to do. You can add that as well, because it will help all of us. And so at least they're trying to move forward on it. I don't know how they can't manage to have an update and have it all work, but maybe it's harder than I think. So the other thing that I wanted to add about the MedallionClass app is our Let's Go family member, Larry. After yesterday, I told you all that California Linda had said, you know, with the long lines and people even in club class being turned away from the specialty restaurants, if you can believe that, she suggested that you just make a reservation so that you've got it, and make your reservation early. So Larry went in to make specialty dining reservations, and he said that they cannot make any of the specialty restaurant reservations because they are sealing in club class. So they've got it programmed like you can go ahead and walk up to a specialty restaurant and be able to be seated and have your dinner there like we historically have seen, but you can't make the reservation. So now I'm worried that people who are in club class are just going to be turned away. And so if you're experiencing that now, let us know that in the comments too. Either you're on a ship in your club class, let us know what your specialty dining experience has been, as well as if anybody else can make those reservations being club class. So thanks, Larry, for letting us know about that. The next thing that we had a lot of talk about yesterday after I talked about it was that new Premier package that Princess is having. And it got me to kind of thinking. And every time Gordon and I are going to go on a cruise, we always look at it. And I guess we shouldn't have to. We have never decided to do a package. For us, it has just always worked really well to have with how much it costs per day, to just have the one internet device and to pay our gratuities and then have the classic soda package. But what you need to do, and I think everybody should do this based on what you like when you cruise, you should go through and add up how much everything is individually and see if it's cheaper per day than what they're charging for the packages. And so For example, I wanted to let everybody know, I looked up how much the crew appreciation or the gratuities are. And so for an interior or an ocean view or a balcony on Princess, every day the gratuity is $14.50. If you're in the mini suite or a club class suite, if you're in a mini suite in club class, it's $150. So sorry. If you are in a mini suite and club class, it is $15.50 a day. And if you are in a suite, it is $16.50 a day. So I thought you might appreciate that point of reference just as you're trying to figure out which package is best for you. And I've had a lot of people comment saying, you know, in the end, we didn't really think it was worth it for us because we didn't drink that much. And I would say that if you're a person and you just like to have a glass of wine with dinner or just a couple of glasses of whatever beverage a day, it's going to be cheaper for you to just pay for those beverages. But if you want to drink a lot more, that's when you start looking at the packages as far as the beverage packages go. And that would kind of calculate into whether or not you want the Princess Plus or the Premier package. And so just kind of think about what your habits are and then kind of make it work with the package. The next thing that a quick heads up, our Let's Go family member, Kathy, mentioned that she just barely ordered from eMed the 6-pack of the COVID tests that I'm always telling you about, like this kind right here. And whenever you do that, like I told you, they have you pay the $21.75 for FedEx so that you get it really quick. Well, she placed her order and then a couple days later heard back that they are having a hard time filling all their orders. They refunded her the $21.75 for the FedEx, and they said it's going to be 7 to 10 days till you get your tests. And so she was planning to use it kind of as her backup, and now she's worried about it because she can't get them in time. And so if you are going to use that option, get them ordered right away. The ones that we just barely ordered, the expiration is not for a year. And so it gives lots of time for you to be able to do it. And I will double check the expiration again, but I know that it was at least a year out. I want to say that it was even longer. But I remember thinking, oh, we've got a year. And so get those ordered as soon as you know that you're going to want them. Alrighty. Okay, and then the next thing that we're going to go over is testing. If you have got a cruise that begins in Quebec and you need to be tested to get onto the ship, or if your cruise ends in Quebec and you need to be tested to fly back to the United States. And so, and I would add, I just keep waiting for them to take away that testing requirement to fly into the United States. But they haven't yet, so we'll just get prepared. So if you are right there in Quebec and you need to be tested to get on the ship, there is a place called Sante Medic. It's SANTE and then Medic, MEDIC, and I will put the links below. And there you can go ahead and sign up to have a COVID test done. The cost is $79. Or if you want to have a virtual rapid test, you just use your test, you sign up for the date and time for your test, and then they'll do the video call with you to do your test wherever you are. That's $39. And so they don't require a specific brand. I read through everything, and you just use whatever COVID test that you've got, and then they email you the test results. I could only find one location for this place, and it looks like it's kind of right in Quebec City. It's right close to where the hospital is, if you want to look that up on a map. But I thought that's a really good option. And if for any reason you wanted to sign up and have your virtual rapid test through them, I thought that was a really good option as well. So I've got that link below. And if you want to have your test done there, you can just sign up for a date and time to show up for your appointment for that. As far as testing goes at the Quebec City Airport, I guess it's the Quebec City Jean Lesage, I don't know if I'm saying that right, International Airport. And you can go ahead. It says a COVID-19 screening clinic is installed at the terminal for the exclusive use of passengers arriving in Quebec City at that airport. And so I'll put the link below. If you are arriving and you want to do your COVID test there, you can sign up for an appointment there as well. But nowhere on their whole website or anything that I can find do they talk about testing for people who are departing from that airport. And so keep that in mind. The next airport that they referenced was the Toronto Airport. The Toronto Airport also has testing available. I'll put the link below for that one. And it goes through, you can sign up for whatever test you want. You just simply make an appointment. If you're flying out of there, you make the appointment and you can get tested before you leave. And then finally, the Montreal Airport, they also have testing available there if you want to get tested before you're leaving. And so I'm putting the link down there below. And so I have not ever flown into that part of Canada. I've never even been there. And so I don't know, maybe people, pick the airport based on the fares, or maybe it's where you're flying from. But all of these options are what they say goes for that whole region of Quebec. And so that's why I'm supplying all this information so that you have an idea. In all honesty, I know that I've got some of my favorite Let's Go family members. You're all my favorites. Actually, it's kind of like, with your children, you don't pick a favorite. With your siblings, you don't pick a favorite. And so I've got some of you say that you really don't want to do this kind of test, but you know what, you guys, bring one with you just in case, because you never know. It seems like some of these airports, like I said, you can easily be tested before you go. But if you bring one of these and you just do it with, on the internet, on your phone or on your laptop, you never have to worry about long lines or anything like that. And so just kind of think about that. But I really do appreciate it, because you know what? There's a lot of things that I really still prefer to do on paper that a lot of people do on the computer. I like print things out, and I think differently when I have paper than when I'm just looking at a screen. And so I get it. And so anyway, I'm just putting that out there. Now, we've had some updates from some of you who have been up in Alaska lately. And I think a couple of these are really helpful for you. So first of all, I cannot remember where I read this, but if you have got a Princess Land tour booked and like a land cruise tour, pay attention to your itinerary. Like, watch it like a hawk. Keep an eye on it so they don't change anything about your itinerary without you being aware of it and being okay with it. I had someone tell me that they were booked to go up to Denali, stay at the Princess Lodge there, and at the last minute, not too long before they were supposed to depart on their trip, their itinerary was updated that they would be going to a Holland America Lodge instead. I'm not suggesting anything is wrong with the Holland America Lodges, but as this person pointed out, that's not what they signed up for, and they wanted to go to the Denali that whole experience like they had planned. So they called and went through a whole bunch to get them to switch it back for them, but they did. They commented that once they got there, as they were arriving in the hotel that you arrived to before you depart to go out on your land tour, that a bunch of people were just then noticing that their itineraries had been changing and they were going to another lodge. And at that point, I don't know if they were able to change it or not, or if you were just kind of stuck. And so keep an eye on your itinerary, like check it. Like every morning, every night, in the middle of the day even. I always check things in the middle of the day because it gives you time to call before places close. So really keep an eye out so that your itinerary is not changed without you being aware of it. The other thing I wanted to let you know is we've got a Let's Go family member, and they were so kind to send me an email. Right now, she said that they are up at the Princess Denali Wilderness Lodge, and they're having a wonderful time. She said the staff has been so helpful and friendly, but that they are short-staffed and a lot of them are new and just trying to learn the ropes, so be really patient. She said the food at Fanny Q's is good, but the supply chain issues are really impacting the menu there. And she's also said that there were a few minor issues here and there, but they haven't taken away from them enjoying the whole trip. She says it's cold, but the sun is out today, and they were soon, when she wrote this, they were going to be getting on the bus to go on their Denali tour. She said the COVID testing is really easy, well organized, with only a 5-minute wait. And so I'll tell you what, she was so kind to send me the information that they've got. And so I'll tell you that. But she also said that you've got to have that ArriveCAN app done, and that more information is about that in this little notice I'm going to read you. But that ArriveCAN app is really important. You can't make a budget without it. So if you were hoping that you could wiggle away around it and not have to do it, I don't think that you can. And also for everyone who has been asking me, if you go on a cruise and you have no intention of getting off the ship at a Canadian port, you still have to do it. I have checked on that like 3 times, and you still have to do that ArriveCAN app. Another thing I wanted to let you know is someone says that they were going to go, they've been on a land cruise tour. They arrived and stayed at the Captain Cook Hotel there in Anchorage, and it was very nice. They got out to the Mount McKinley Lodge and had a beautiful day. Everything is beautiful. They got to see all of Denali, like beautiful clear sunshine, which she said they told them only about 30% of the visitors get to a clear view of it. She said everybody at the lodge has been very helpful, very kind, but there have been some issues in the restaurants. It says some menu items are not available, and they do have an inexperienced wait staff. She pointed out that surely will get better with time. And so here's the information she sent. So this is helpful for all of you who are wondering how the testing is going to work if you are on a cruise tour and then you're going to hop on the ship. And so they point out that you need to do that COVID test within 2 days of embarkation. They pointed out if you're going to sail on Saturday, you need to be tested on Thursday or Friday. And it says that please be mindful that you have to book your own test. They give you a little notice here, and it has a QR code, so you can either go to the website with Beacon Health, or you can use the QR code, and then you go ahead and sign up for the date and time that you want. You're supposed to keep an eye and look at like when all your excursions are and other activities that you've got booked and work around those. The testing location is over in the main lodge building in the Denali room, and it takes about 15 minutes. It doesn't take very long at all. And then they're going to send you your results by email so that you will have those ready to go. Then the other interesting thing is they do, like I said, talk about the ArriveCAN app. It says all guests boarding in Whittier must enter the required information in ArriveCAN. Please sign in to ArriveCAN from a computer or on your phone to enter your vaccination and travel information. You must submit your information within 72 hours of going on your cruise. You will be asked to provide your ArriveCAN receipt, proof of your negative test, and proof of vaccination at embarkation. And so I really appreciate her going through all that. She says failure to do that will result in denial of transportation and embarkation on your upcoming voyage. And so thank you very much for sending that. It really helps, Karen. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. It also gives us a good idea to what's going on at the lodges. We also have 2 Let's Go family members. They're so kind. They were just on the Crown Princess last week, and they were on for like the shakedown cruise and everything. And so they were so kind to send me an update and just give us some idea of what happened on that ship and give people an idea of what to be aware of when you're going to go on these cruises on the Crown Princess. As you all know, the Crown Princess last week, like I said, if anything could go wrong, I think it did go wrong. And that people could come off that ship and still be happy and ever want to go on a cruise with Princess again, I think is wonderful. It speaks volumes about the kind of people that they are. And so I just want to tell you the highlights of some of the things they said. First of all, as we all know, the Crown Princess is having engine problems, and it has resulted in so many itinerary changes. And she was so kind to point out and say that, they understand why some people are really upset about the itinerary changes. Sometimes, like these Alaska trips are so expensive, and sometimes people have saved forever in order to get to go this one time. And so we understand why people would be upset when the places that they were supposed to get to go, they're not going to get to go after all. And so for you, dear people, that there's no way that you want to go, if you can't go to the places, I would say call Princess and plead your case. We've had some Let's Go family members who have been able to be changed, like to the Discovery Princess is one that I've heard of. Just see if they can do anything at all for you. If you are going to get to go again, or you've been before, or you're flexible, I would just say go and enjoy your cruise. We've heard from everything. She points out that that like every single excursion that they had booked ended up being canceled, and they had to pick other things, and they turned out to be really great, but they still didn't get to go everywhere they were hoping to go. And so just keep all that in mind. They did get a 20% future cruise credit, and they did get, I think it was a couple of $100 of onboard credit. And I agree with her. That's really not enough for what all happened. She said that the food was not great. They have cruised like 5 times on Holland America, and they said that based on their experience on Holland America, like that the very worst food on Holland America is better than the Princess food was on this ship. And so that, take that into consideration. She said that the buffet was very hit and miss, mostly miss. She said that food was burned at the Salty Dog Grill. The pizza was burned. It just seems like everybody was having a really hard time. And so that's not good. She said, if you like hot chocolate, take your own hot chocolate with you, because what they're serving in the main dining room is hot chocolate is really not hot chocolate. It tastes kind of, her husband said, like water with squirting a little bit of chocolate syrup in it. So if you really like hot chocolate with your breakfast or other times, take some packets with you. Another thing she really points out is, like, of course, their flight home was canceled and they ended up going home a day later. That, of course, I don't think that's Princess. I think that's everything to do with all the trouble that the airlines are having right now. But she did point out, make sure that you take everything extra with you. And if they cancel your flight and you have to stay overnight, make sure that you ask if there is anything else they can do for you, because initially Delta just offered like a meal voucher. And if they had not kindly asked, is there anything else at all you can do, they would not have offered to pay for their hotel stay. And so just keep that in mind. Ask for all that you need and see if you can get them to give it to you. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that she did not like that the buffet is self-serve, and I would be with her on that. I don't like that. I didn't like that before COVID, but she points out that on Holland America, even before COVID, the buffet was not self-serve, that the servers always served you. I love that she adds that they were on the Carib deck with a balcony, and she said it was awesome. They totally loved it. She said Glacier Bay, all of Alaska was beautiful. It was spectacular. They were so glad that they got to go. The entertainment on this ship was great. The weather was beautiful, and everything was just awesome. The other thing that I wanted to let you know is, as you know, we are hearing that on the Crown Princess, hopefully all of the toilet problems are solved. Her husband said that actually in some of the staterooms, they had sewage backup. So it must have been like a really big problem. And he did point out that those people were not moved to another cabin. And so you've got to wonder why about that. And so hopefully, though, would love to hear from any of you on the Crown right now. Hopefully all of those problems are solved. Her husband, that was their first Princess cruise, and the wife said, yeah, we'll go again, and the husband said it would take a lot to convince me to cruise with Princess again. And so I hope that at some point they'll give it another chance, but at the same time, I get it. It's really disconcerting that things didn't go smoother than they did. And so I just wanted to give you all a heads up about that and let you know what's going on. If any of you have any other helpful updates, if any of you are sailing on a ship right now, we would really like to hear from you to know how it's going. And not just on Princess. We love Princess, of course, but I would love to hear from some people on Holland America. I know the Koningsdam is sailing up there in Alaska. I would particularly like to hear about that. But also on all of the other ships. We would just love to hear how it's going. And like I said, let us know what's going on with your MedallionClass app. I appreciate you all watching, and if you appreciate this video, would you please give it a thumbs up? Oh, and you know what? Let me remind you, we are hoping this evening and planning to go live at about 8 p.m. Eastern time. If we're a couple of minutes late, don't give up. We'll send out the link for that, but we've got a lot this afternoon, but we are planning to do that this evening. And we wanted to be sure to answer questions for people who are cruising this first time. I was hoping that we could have a discussion about the MedallionClass app and go through things if anybody would like, as well as some things that I just think are helpful for anybody. Maybe it's your first time going to Europe. Just some things that I always think of when we're going there as well, and just some things that I do and don't do. And so I'll look forward to seeing you all then. I'll talk to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.